Back in the day, way back in the days of the dinosaur, cars used to have 6-volt batteries. And then in the early and mid 1950s, they started putting all these useless electrical components on cars. You know, like headlights, windshield wipers, turn signals, radios, air conditioners. By 1955, all cars were being built with 12-volt batteries. They had to upgrade the system. And lo and behold, they kept this 12-volt system all through up till today. So the car you're about to work on, unless it's an unrestored, unconverted rust bucket from before 1955, chances are really good that it's a 12-volt battery you're about to check. This spooky, scary thing is called a multimeter. Now, before you shy away from doing this and going out and get one, they're only like 20 bucks, 25 bucks brand new. You can pick up one used at a pawn shop or a yard sale or whatever for like $5 or $10. It's no big deal, and once you get to know the basics of these, they're a paper tiger. They look confusing and, you know, just complicated, but they're not. The only setting you're going to need is a 20-volt setting to check your entire electrical system in your car. And all you're going to do is you're going to find the 20-volt setting, which is right here on this one, 20V, and that's it. That's all you need. You're ready to go. And we're going to connect the black prong into the COM port and the red prong into the volts, ohms, and amps port. This one over here, not the one that says 10 amp. So again, black one into the COM port and the red one into this port. Then we're going to turn the dial to the speaker setting, and then we're going to touch the red and black prongs together and see if we can get a tone. This will tell you if your battery inside the multimeter is good and if the meter is ready to go. If your meter's not working right, it's most likely the battery, and you can just access the battery on the back panel. This one takes one screw to get the panel off and expose the battery. Most of these run off a 9-volt battery. Yeah, you can get away with something dirt cheap like this, but you're cutting corners a little too much. And you're going to be using this for other stuff too, so you might as well get a decent one. Again, they're not expensive, they're dirt cheap, and they come in very handy. Don't go cutting corners and getting some $3 gizmo like this. You're not going to get an accurate reading. Now, some of these have an off and on switch. When you're done using them, don't forget to turn them off. This one is right there on the dial. It says off right there. And just don't forget, because it will drain your battery if you leave it on. And some of the newer ones, they come on automatically as you start using them, and they shut themselves off automatically if you're not using them. And they're a little more expensive, and there's no sense in getting one if you can just remember to turn it off and on as needed. And we're testing both the alternators and the batteries in 3 different cars. And this one is a 2006 Chrysler Town & Country. This one is a 1992 Lincoln Town Car TA. And this one is a 1997 Chevy Silverado. And we're going to start with the 2006 Town & Country and put your meter on 20 volts and go ahead and test the battery with the car off. And it should read a little bit over 12 volts, and it's 12.5. This battery is fine. Now turn the car on. You're going to test the battery the same way. You put the red prong on the positive cable and the black prong on the negative cable. And now you'll see the voltage go up. On this car it's about 14 volts. Because this car doesn't have a whole lot of options, everything's manual. So it doesn't take as much of an alternator as the other cars with a whole lot of electrical options do, like mirrors and electric seats and all that stuff. And here we are at the Lincoln Town Car, and with the car off, this car has a lot of options, so it should be, well, 12.5, that's about right. This battery is fine. And now turn the car on, and we should jump up over 14 volts, and we're well over 14 to about 14.5. This alternator is good. And now we're going to move on to the 97 Silverado. And with the car off, 10 volts. That's terrible. That's not even enough to get this car started. It most likely will not turn over. That's not enough battery to start this car. And there's our evidence right there, so we get that annoying clicking sound. And we're going to jump this car off, charge the battery up, and start the engine and see if the alternator is running despite the bad battery. So with the car now running, we're getting 14.2 volts. So this alternator is fine, but this battery, something's going on with it, and it could be a slow drain or something like that. But what we're going to do, it's now at 12.29. Now I'm going to leave the car sit and see if the battery holds that charge. If it doesn't, then most likely the battery is dead. And that's fine, we're just going to have to go out and get a new battery. But before I do that, I'm going to clean up all the connections, make sure there's no electrical components stuck on while the car is off, or turned on accidentally and not turned off, like the interior lights or something like that. I'm going to do all that, but that's all for another video. We can assume this battery is dead and needs to be replaced, but I will check it before I go out and buy a new one. Peace, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.